not, you could donate them to medical science, which we didn't know much about medicine in the 1800s, but it's kind of like making John Fisher cut your body. The other thing you could do is you could have your body loaded on the wagons just outside the big double wood doors. The wagons would take them over to the shores of the Ashley River. There was a couple lumber mills over there that would place your bodies on the scrap pile, and they would burn your remains with the scraps, kind of a poor man's cremation. It sounds worse than it actually is. Now this room off to the side, folks have been taking pictures in. That was actually where the young man got the picture of the ghost Monday night, is in this side room right here when we come through. So I have no idea what's going to be popping up when folks film, but I know y'all are taking so many pictures, people got at least orbs, if nothing more.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch so far.
You got to have a bunch of stuff.
Of orbs.
Now across the way here, this is one of 6 rooms that was in the basement. There was 40 devices in it we called the coffin. The coffin was used to control the extremely violent in the jail. The coffin is a cast iron box 7 feet long by 3.5 feet wide by 3.5 feet high. And through brute force, they would force the really violent on their backs into these boxes. Now we have no actual records of how long they were left in these boxes. What we do know is they didn't really feed you much. That weakened your strength towards the violent anymore. And the other part of that torture was they would leave you lay in these boxes in your own excrement because that was part of the torture as well. I'll just... And last but not least down here, on the west end of the back end of the building was where the kitchen was for the jail. Inmates who were trustees made meals for the inmates. Are you serious? Oh man. They try and steal jewelry off you, and they untied my thing while I was walking through. I had it tied on the front. Okay, we're not playing with me no more then. You know I don't like when you do that in here. Yes, I scold ghosts. So the kitchen was in the back west end of the building. That might have been Jeremiah playing with me because he plays with my pockets. He's never seen Velcro. So if you hear the Velcro in my pocket going zip zip, he gets a kick out of it. The back end was where the kitchen part of the building was. They would make food for the inmates. The trustees would do it. They were inmates themselves on good behavior. They would cook a couple of things. One of the things they would make is fatback and grits, or fatback and hominy. Y'all know what hominy is?
Yeah.
Yep. Y'all know what grits are. Or not grits, but fatback is.
Yeah.
It's kind of crackle in a cook stage, yeah. The other thing they would either feed them also is a kind of soup they made in these kettles back there. They take great big cast iron kettles and they bring that delicious water from the roof to a boil. They would add vegetables, of which we have no actual definition of what the veggies are. They had meat, which was kind of like meat surprise because we have no definition of what the meat was. And then they would feed this to the inmates. Now the capital criminals were actually fed on trays from a dumbwaiter back there that went up to the 3rd and 4th floors. 4th where they existed, 3rd floor after the earthquake. The non-nuisance criminals were actually fed out in the yard. We pushed out